We need to talk about what to do with Jordan Goey. Now, for the last few weeks, I've been on this Jordan Goey train of fit to play versus fit to perform. And if you listen to any Craig McRae press conference over the last couple of years, that's been his big mantra. Like last year, he was saying we had players that were fit to play, but they weren't fit to perform. But we were playing them because we needed bodies on the ground because, you know, at one stage we had 17 injuries or whatever it was. So we needed players there to play, but they weren't fit to perform. They weren't fit to do their job. And he's like, "No, we've learned our lesson. We've learned our lesson." But then you look at Jordan Goey over these last couple of weeks, and you go, "Okay, he seems neither fit to perform, nor does he seem fit to play. Like, what is going on?" Like, you know, the best example was last week against the Cats. When you needed someone to step up, he had 9 disposals. He had, I think, 1 disposal in the third quarter. I think 2 or 3 in that last quarter. He was getting monstered in the forward line, so they chuck him in the middle. He has 1 clearance, 1 tackle, and it's just not a very Jordan Goey-like performance. So he's played 5 games this season. He's averaged on all of his stats. Thank God it's not nothing below average, but he's just an average player at the moment. And he's averaging 11 disposals, 4 handballs, 2 marks, 7 kicks, averaging a goal because he's played 5 games and kicked 5 goals, but he's not he's not supposed to be in the forward line. We're just playing him there because he can't be in the midfield. He's averaging 2.4 tackles. But again, this is just average over 5 games as opposed to, you know, anything else. So like with Goey, last season he played 13 games. We know that he had all those injuries. In 2023, he played 21 games, then 19, 20. The least amount of games he's played was in 2020 when he played 10 games. But this season, we can tell, and you know, he has had a couple of good games. I'll give him that. Or not good games, just okay games. Like you look at the Carlton game where he kicked those 2 goals, the Brisbane game where he kicked those 2 goals. But that Carlton game, he had 8 disposals, 2 tackles. You know, Essendon game he had 5 tackles, which was nice, and kicked a goal. But you could still see in those games that he just wasn't good. He was good. He just wasn't the Jordan Goey that we love. And then he comes out on 7 News yesterday and says this.
Got a few little niggles here and there, and I'm probably not playing up to my potential at the moment, which I think everyone's seeing. But the club have been really supportive, so they're backing me. So I'll just go put the work in and get my body right, and hopefully be able to perform.
The 29-year-old has already had groin, ankle and Achilles issues this year. He'll have a modified program this week in the hope to return against Adelaide.
It's super frustrating to be back in rehab. It's definitely not where you want to be, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm happy, I'm healthy to a certain extent.
So it's clear as day that there's something going on with him. He said that he's got niggles that he's trying to work through, and he's back in with the rehab group. So why were we playing him? That's the biggest question. Why were we playing an underfit Jordan Goey? Like, I know that he can be a game changer, but you just look at what happened with Geelong last week. He didn't change any of that game, and he played 84% time on ground.
Out to Crisp, the record breaker. Sends it inside. Cox is again the target. Goey elected to stay down. His man went up. Advantage. Just punched the football like a few others. Below the knee, so the advantage goes away to the Pies. Dacos streaks away. Sends it in the path of Goey. O'Connor again. Second intercept in the space of a minute and a half.
Which is his second most for the year. So last week, the week before against Essendon, he played 87% on Anzac Day. We shouldn't have been playing him this whole time. We should have been waiting until he got back to full fitness. And I'm still of the regard that he should have been playing in the VFL to get his confidence up at least and get some match fitness up. If it's good for Brownlow medalist Tom Mitchell to play in the VFL, possibly this weekend, I've seen people in the comments, "Oh, you don't put Jordan Goey in the midfield. You don't put a good in the VFL. You don't put a player of..." Of course you do. Scott Pendlebury's played there. Nathan Buckley played there after returning from injury. We've seen O'Brien, Lockyer, Rocker was there. We've seen Dane Swan play. You know, we've seen players play there. Okay, maybe not recently big name players, but someone like Jordan Goey, who we've been so careful with. And at the start of the season when he had that broken fibula or knee bruising, whatever it was, we've been really careful to build up build up for him and wait for him to start his season. And then he starts his season in round 3 against Western Bulldogs, misses a game, then plays against, then there was a bye, and then it was Carlton, then misses a game, and then comes back for the Brisbane Lions. So he misses that gather round game, comes back for Brisbane Lions, because in the gather round game he had that the Achilles problem or whatever it was. So he's clearly underdone, and he's not performing, and he's not fit to play. So why aren't we giving his position to an Ed Allen or a Lockie Sullivan or a, I don't know, Harry Dimmock, whoever it is, preferably Ed Allen, to get those games into him? Because, you know, we nearly won the game last week without Jordan De Goey doing absolutely anything. Give Ed Allen the chance to play. If I was those players, I'd be absolutely fuming at the coaching staff putting this underdone guy continuously in the game. And now, you know, they're saying that it looks like it's going to be a week. Jordan De Goey is saying that it's niggles and he has to get his body right and he's back with the rehab group. I don't want to see Jordan De Goey for the next month or so. I want to see him put a big block on, and the only time I want to see him back is if he is smashing his way through training and just kicking goals and goals in match simulation, or taking it on like the bull that he was in 2023. We don't win that 2023 premiership without Jordan De Goey's final series. I understand that. But he looks a shadow of that player at the moment. I need him to put a big block through. And I want him to come back through the VFL. I don't give a stuff that, oh, it's Jordan De Goey, he doesn't go. No, if it's not in I doubt it's in his contract to say he can't play VFL. Put him through the VFL. Get him 35 disposals and 2 goals in the VFL. Who cares, man? Have him play a half in the VFL so we can see if he can smash those VFL guys. Then we put him into the AFL. If he can't keep up with these guys in the VFL, don't put him through the AFL. You know what I mean? Like, I'm starting to crush out at the moment because I love Jordan De Goey and I want the best for him. And the best for him at the moment is to look after his body, do a mini block, a mini preseason. It works for the Bont. The Bont had 6-7 weeks off with an injury. He comes back, he smashed it in his first game. He kicked 2 goals, and I know they're different players, but you know what I'm talking about? He had that big block. Jordan De Goey probably shouldn't have played until halfway through the season if this was the way his body was taking him. So I hope this is a lesson to the Collingwood coaches and the Collingwood team that says, leave Jordan De Goey where he is, get him a big block of training and give him a half in the VFL, give him a quarter in the VFL to see if his body can stand up to the rigors. Otherwise, you know, when is he contracted to? End of 2027, maybe? 2026, 2027? You know, maybe he needs a different environment at the end of the year. I said it. I didn't want to say it, but I said it. Let me know your thoughts down below. Until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets. And until next time, double shackers. I'll swoop you later.